Welcome, everyone. This is the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic. That was really a weird intro, but whatever. We're talking TNA Impact Wrestling for 1/26, 2016. Very exciting. But let's jump right into it. Let's just jump right into it. First, we get the cameraman, interviewer, fella would ask Jeff Hardy his thoughts on Matt Hardy and the way he won the title and whatnot. He basically kind of said, I'll get to it later. I couldn't catch what he said because my video kind of did some kind of weird thing while he was talking. Just kind of skipped ahead. But then when we get a video package on last week's main event between Matt Hardy and EC3, kind of the changes in Matt Hardy and whatnot. Then when we get a Jeff Hardy promo, he would call out Matt Hardy. We would hear new music from Matt Hardy, which I liked. I like the whole "I am iconic" thing. Definitely like the iconic Matt Hardy type of thing he's rolling with. Jeff would still attempt to start chants. Rebby would call Jeff a redneck Evil Knievel at one point. And then Matt Hardy would come back and say, he's not used to being in my shadow. The crowd would talk about how he still sucks, chant, "You still suck, you still suck." Matt Hardy would come back and say, "I suck so bad, I'm the World Heavyweight Champion." And now, Jeff, you're just the other Hardy. We would get EC3 chants, which was interesting. And Jeff Hardy was like, "Well, how about your first title defense be against me tonight?" Matt Hardy comes back and he says, "I wipe my hands of all the guilt, regardless of what happens to you tonight." I definitely like this heel Matt Hardy. He's really good at it. He says, and what I like about it is it's kind of like it's real. It's real, and he's kind of flip flopping what everyone's thought of him throughout his entire career. Because everybody's always thought, he's been in the background. Jeff has always been the guy. He does all the crazy spots, the guy that everybody remembers. And Matt now in his heelish state is really, kind of coming to his own as a heel now. I feel like I definitely like this. Any thoughts on the video packages, the first video package, or Jeff's thoughts on Matt Hardy?
I just like this whole opening sort of segment. It wasn't a segment, but it was like the whole opening was cool. I do feel like this is the best heel Matt Hardy we've ever had. We had the kind of heel Matt Hardy in WWE for a short period of time, and then we had another heel Matt Hardy when Jeff Hardy sold out, and Jeff Hardy had that heel run, and then Matt Hardy came back and was cold-blooded Matt Hardy. I didn't really like either of those feud or either of those heel runs that he had. I just couldn't get behind it, but I like this one. But I think the real kind of driving force behind it and sort of the magic of
it's Maxwell.
No, it's not. He's the cute little innocent baby that's like, "Daddy, why you gotta do this, Daddy? Daddy, why?" I don't know why I gave him that accent. That was slightly racist, I think. But I think the real like shining point of this heel is Rebby. I think she does the really, really good heel wife kind of, and I feel like she's sort of the mastermind behind it. Matt's the champion and the supposed to be the heel, but I feel like she's the real, mastermind behind it. She's the one who, told him to stop, helping everybody and giving and giving and giving and start taking. She's really the reason he became a heel. And I think she's gonna, be a good part of this kind of heel storyline, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. And I'm excited to see how they build up this feud that I guess they're gonna have.
Um. Anyway,
It
I
was
just
so
saw Justin's
funny.
comment. I'm laughing at Justin's comment.
I don't see
He says, "Who are you, jobbers?" But anyway, um, as we continue, we would get a nice little video package looking into the Feast or Fired. And it was kind of cool because it wasn't the same video package we saw last week, I don't think. But it was kind of people giving their thoughts about Feast or Fired and what it means to them and whatnot. And Grado was cracking me up, man. Every time I would see his face on that screen, I was just like, this man has got me. Any thoughts on looking into the Feast or Fired before we get into Feast or Fired, the match?
no. I mean, I don't know how you can't like Grado. I mean, he likes feasts. I mean, he likes ribs. I forgot what else he said he likes. But it seemed like a good feast that he was talking about. But then he realized, he could get fired too. But that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But I kind of like this. How they kind of all gave their thoughts and how they were gonna get this title or that title, and none of them are gonna get fired. We're not gonna get fired. Nope. I liked it though.
Alrighty, as we continue, we got Feast or Fired. We got Bobby Roode versus James Storm versus Grado versus Spud versus Eli Drake versus Jesse Goddard versus Robbie E versus Drew Galloway versus Chris Melendez versus Aiden O'Shea versus EY versus Bram. My goodness. I should have just said everyone's nickname that Pope gave him, and just had everybody guessing. We got the modern day Adonis. We got the Leonidas of TNA. We got the maniacal nutcase. We got, but anyway, shout out to Grado. Grado is dapping everybody up. He dapping everybody up before the match. Code of honor. Grado is just an honorable man. He's just an honorable man. And then that kind of starts a little brawl. But in this match, we see a lot of like those old feuds coming back. In this match, you see like some of the feuds we saw before the World Title Series, which was nice. Like Eli Drake and Drew Galloway. You would see guys like Chris Melendez and EY fighting. Obviously, you see EY and Bram fighting Beer Money. I definitely liked that they threw those feuds in there because you don't necessarily have to keep them going. But then this was kind of a way to kind of still keep it going slightly a little bit. But Grado was a bit confused, with what to do. He ran around in a circle. But he then stopped Aiden O'Shea by the suspenders and climbed on his back to grab the first case, and then we would get Drew Galloway out of the trio with that German that he does on Eli Drake, and he would get him a briefcase. Then the Hurricane Rana um, bounces O'Shea's face off the mat. I was like, ow, poor guy. And then Eli Drake would get a briefcase while Jesse was getting beat up in the other corner. And the backstabber off the top turnbuckle was nice by Storm on EY. Storm would end up getting the briefcase while Rude holds everybody else off. So people who ended up getting briefcases: James Storm, Grado, Drew Galloway, and Eli Drake. Any thoughts on Feast or Fired? There were no ribs for poor Grado, though. That's the thing. I think it's what it was.
I know. I don't get it. First off, I would like to know why everybody got to stand on Aiden O'Shea's back to get these briefcases. The man was stood on at least two, 3 times, and I was like, "Come on now." I was surprised he wasn't one of the ones to get the briefcase, more specifically the pink slip, just because out of everybody in this match, I feel like he's the one that they haven't really been doing anything with.
Who are you saying? O'Shea?
Yeah, They never really gave him a push. They never really did anything with him. So why didn't they just give him the pink slip and not and maybe repackage him again, because this isn't really working. But my boy Grado, he got the world title briefcase. I know it. He got the it's in there. It's in there. You just wait and see. It's in there. But I like this match. It seemed different because we had a lot of different guys in this match that we don't normally get in um these feast or fired matches. We usually have in past years we've always had like Christopher Daniels, Austin Aries, guys like that, guys like that built TNA, I guess, and all those guys are in WWE now, or Ring of Honor, other places. So it gave new guys a chance to be in a big match like Feast or Fired. And there was a good mix of guys. There was tag teams in there, but it was still every man for himself. So tag teams could work together and hopefully get the tag team title shot. I really like it. This is one of the matches that I really like. I still think they should have added a briefcase, and made it 5 briefcases, and put all 4 of the titles in 4 of the briefcases, and then have the pink slip in the 5th. I just think that would have been better, because then it's like you would still think that the X Division title matters, because it does. I don't know if you agree, but I think they should have done that.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But I mean, one thing I think with the X Division title, I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. I had something. It was a good point, and I lost it completely. It was a good point too. It was like it was about to be on fleek, as the young people say these days. It was gonna. All right, I was gonna continue before I forget anything else. I'll probably think of it later and be like, oh yeah, about that X Division title. But anyway, um, Angle, he a nice guy. He catches up with Jeff Hardy while he's looking at himself in the mirror, just making sure the face look nice and whatnot. And he catches up with Jeff Hardy, and he just makes sure he's doing all right. Make sure he's keeping his head up. He knows that Matt is not an honorable man at this point. So he just making sure he's doing okay. Any thoughts on Angle? Being just a good fella, good friend.
I mean, was that the bathroom? I mean, because if that was the bathroom, I don't feel like that's a place that you just walk in there and strike up a conversation. I didn't see anything that made it seem like it. It was definitely a bathroom. There was just a big mirror. It could have just been the makeup room, or just a dressing room. But I don't know. It felt weird. But this kind of built up the main event that Angle's going to be involved somehow. He said he was going to have Jeff Hardy's back. So I assumed he was going to be in his corner for the match, but we'll get to that.
Juggernaut, whoever you are, I will not read that comment because this is not NXT. Is the issue? We just did NXT. Go check it out. It's on the channel. It's on the channel. Right now. What?
Okay, now I see all the. Wait, no, that's not. Okay.
All right. While Casey tries to find a live chat, because
it was weird. It wasn't showing anything, and then I clicked on it again, and it was like, oh, these are all the comments. Anyway.
All right. Let's continue. We would get. I was looking through the matches to see what matches I wanted to give you. I'm gonna give you this one. We would get Mandrews versus DJZ versus Tigre Uno for the X Division Championship, and we would have some shenanigans. Well, I don't know if we can call them shenanigans. We'd have a little something going on at the end of the match. But Casey, thoughts on this match and maybe perhaps some shenanigans, tomfoolery going on at the end of the match?
You know, I don't know about tomfoolery, but there was definitely some shenanigans. I like this match. I don't like the outcome of this match because I feel like we need a new X Division champion. No, but this was a good match. You know, definitely. Shut up, Juggernaut. Definitely. Three guys that you definitely want in a X Division title match. I still feel like X Division title match should always be in Ultimate X. I feel like it should. But I was excited for the end. You know, I don't know if you want me to get to that yet, but or if you want to talk about that first.
It's up to you. You can talk about it.
Oh well.
Talk about the Tom shenanigans.
You know, Tigre Uno, he got the win. I don't feel like he should have got the win, but he got the win. Nonetheless, we can't change that. Then, Gregory Helms' music hits. He comes down. The announcer has mentioned that this is the third time he's come out. I knew there was another time, but I didn't realize there was two other times that he had come out. I know after Tigre won the title and hurt his shoulder, I think it was in an Ultimate X match, he came out and shook his hand, and they didn't really do anything with that. But, now he says, next week you're about to lose the NXT, or not the NXT. This ain't NXT. This is the X Division. You're about yeah, it is. About to lose the X Division title. So I guess we're gonna get Gregory Helms versus Tigre Uno for the X Division title, which I am excited about. We haven't seen Gregory Helms in a long time. I don't know that he'll win the title. It would be cool. But I'm just kind of curious what they're going to do with this exactly. Thoughts?
I definitely like this match. I thought it was really good. Every time they put these guys together, it's been really good. Some people think that this match has happened too much, but I actually kind of like it. I think it was like the last X Division title match we saw, it seemed like, or one of the more recent ones. I think that maybe that's why it seems like it's happened so much. But I definitely like this match. The flip bottom to end the match by Tigre Uno was really nice. And then when Shane Helms came out, I like that he mentioned how the company was defined by the X Division. It built the company. Just to remind us, and he talks about how, the return to prominence of the X Division is at hand. It was weird though. Like at the end, he was like, "Are you prepared to defend your X Division championship for the last time?" And Tigre Uno was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Wait, Tigre, no, you weren't supposed to say yeah. You supposed to say this ain't gonna be the last time, bruh. You supposed to say it like that. Come on, Tigre. Come on, Tigre. Don't let him punk you like that. Who do you think he is? Like the best or something?" Anyway, don't let him punk you like that. Don't let him punk you like that, Tigre. You a tiger. You ain't even a gazelle. Yeah. You a tiger.
Yeah, but he gonna come out next week as the Hurricane. I see it. It's gonna happen.
I don't see it happening. I feel like WWE has every copyright ever for that. But
all you're gonna hear is "Stay in the back. There's a hurricane coming through."
I would laugh if that happened though. Alrighty, so as we continue, we got Awesome Kong. She doing a little talking. She talking to the girl. She talking to her peoples. And I really like this. That she was just talking about kind of being in control. I got to go out here alone because TNA they tripping. She said they tripping, and I was like, yeah, tell them Kong. But it's gonna be Kong versus Velvet Sky coming up here in a little bit. I definitely I don't know what it is. It's something I like that they didn't like completely change Kong's character to fit like the sexual nature of the Dollhouse. They just kind of changed the Dollhouse to fit the powerful nature of Awesome Kong. I kind of like that. Any thoughts on Awesome Kong? Because they tripping. That's the main point.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
tripping.
I mean, Kong. She got sassy. Kong got sassy. Uh, you know, I kind of like the new Kong a little bit. It's I don't know, but the best part was the end. Uh, whose house? Kong's house. Whose house? Kong's. I died. I could not keep a straight face when they were doing that. I was like, no, no, you don't, no, no. But yeah, I like the sort of change in Kong, her character a little bit, because I feel like the Dollhouse did change, but Kong did change too. She's sassy. She ain't gonna take none of that bullshit. And TNA, they tripping. That's girlfriend. Okay, she didn't get that bad, but
You know, I am slowly but surely, falling in love with Marty Bell. It's a slow process, but me and her, we gonna fall. It's gonna be a mutual thing. Like she slowly falling for me as I slowly fall for her, and then we just gonna fall together at the same time, and we gonna catch each other so we don't fall and bust our faces because that's not cool. I'm just it's just slow. It's a slow process. Um. Anyway, we go backstage with Eli Drake, and he's a little worried. He is a little worried about what's in his case. He don't want to get fired. He is Eli Drake, so he don't want to get fired. But Jesse comes up. He says, yeah. Oh, sorry. Usually he just comes up and flexes. No, he says, sometimes you just got to break the rules. Sometimes you just got to see. He said something about a man and then pointed at his bicep and then walked away. I like this. I like that they kind of cheated a little bit. I thought he was going to end up with like the fire case and then come into the room and switch with somebody before like JV came in or something like that, or like like maybe mess with Grado and like switch cases with Grado or something. I thought that was how that was gonna work because like it felt like to me there was nothing, there was no finish to that. Like, yeah, he knew what was in the case beforehand, but I thought he was gonna kind of cheat his way out of being fired or something. But then we would get Angle wanting to talk to Matt Hardy. Tyrus would step up to him like, what you think you doing, bro? And then Angle would talk about how he's ashamed of what he's become, and how he's kind of tearing down what he's built by the way he's been, being running the company, being champion. Any thoughts on Angle talking to Matt Hardy or Eli Drake?
see the thing with Eli Drake and just the feast or fired thing in general is right now TNA doesn't have that, kind of boss sort of character anymore. I mean, technically they have Dixie Carter, but she's not like on the show right now. So there's nobody that's gonna, stop him from looking at the briefcase anyway. So I don't know that, like, is there like security that comes down and like, hey, you can't do that. You can't do that, bro. Like, just open it and look. Like, nobody is keeping you. There's not even a lock on these briefcases. And they're like, oh, we can't look. We can't look. All of a sudden, they listen to the rules. All it takes is a briefcase and you automatically listen to rules. Any other time, he would cheat. He would lie. He would steal. I lie. I cheat. Sorry. Got into a little bit of a Guerrero thing there. But it's just the logic of it doesn't make sense at all. And I also remember they used to give them the opportunity to trade cases if they wanted to. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. But yeah, there was no like finish to this segment, and I was like, okay. Like he started to look, but we didn't get like a reaction or anything. It just cut off. I was like, okay.
Alrighty. As I was talking about my love for Marty Bell, that's slowly growing. Um, LB Clash King says, or LB One of a Kind now, the renewed LB One of a Kind, says, you can have Marty Bell, but he taking Rebel, he says, and Justin acting like he gonna take Brooke, and I'm like, bruh, bruh, that ain't gonna happen, bruh. But anyway, as we continue, we got Awesome Kong versus Velvet Sky, which I know was a match that Casey was very fond of. But Awesome Kong versus Velvet Sky, um, Kong was pretty much in control of this match, and they're still. I love how they're still keeping Kong as this dominant force, a dominant force with a group behind her, which is pretty much unstoppable. I definitely like that. She hit a splash on Sky. She had her finished, but she lifts the shoulder up, hits the implant buster on Velvet Sky. Um, the Dollhouse would come in to kind of attack. Rain would come to even the odds, but the Dollhouse would interfere again, take out Rain. Middle rope splash by Awesome Kong on Velvet Sky, taking out Velvet Sky. Poor girl. But anyway, any thoughts on Awesome Kong continuing her dominant stretch with the Dollhouse against your girl, Velvet Sky, your favorite female wrestler of all time?
This should have been Madison Rain. I character wise and gimmick wise, I'm starting to like the Beautiful People more because it's seeming to be more of a serious Beautiful People. It's not like the popular girls from high school anymore. They have this more kind of a, I don't want to say badass because I don't think of badass when I think of Velvet Sky. But more this tough kind of feel to them. I mean, unfortunately, Angelina had to get knocked up and get pregnant, but it's cool, whatever. But I like, the storyline kind of behind this, that they reformed to take out the Dollhouse, so I'm just excited to see what they do with this. I want to see more of Madison because, I mean, out of the three, she can wrestle the best, and that's not even saying much because I mean, but I do have. Hold on, I got. Wait, where is she? There's Velvet.
Alrighty, let's continue. We got the Wolves kind of cutting a promo about being kind of upset how they're gonna take out whoever took their titles, because their titles were missing when they cut this promo. Then when we get the briefcase ceremony, Mike Bennett and Maria would show up, and he would talk about it's almost like one of you guys, is gonna need a miracle. He says, life comes a little bit easier for miracles. He says he's just gonna watch it unfold. Galloway stands up to him. Get it? Stands up. Galloway stands up to him, and then ends up getting revealed that Eli Drake has the King of the Mountain title shot. And then JB does his best Ryan Seacrest impression and says, "We will reveal the rest of them right after that." So, any thoughts on the first portion of the briefcase ceremony and the Wolves titles? They're gone. They're gone.
Yeah, you know. Uh, I really like this new sort of faction, I guess, that they're doing with Crazy Steve and Abyss. Um, I looked up who the girl is with them. I forgot her name, but she's been in the business for a while. So I guess she's been in the indies for a while. I think in Shimmer and a couple other promotions. So I'm excited to see more from her. Maybe in the ring, but I like this kind of sort of insane asylum, sort of kind of like Joker-esque gimmick that they have with Crazy Steve and Abyss. It's just I feel like it's going to be a cool kind of faction, and I want to know what they did with titles, because they didn't bring them out, but they got them. But and the first part of the reveal ceremony, I like that Bennett came in and kind of did the little promo there. I like that, Galloway kind of got up in his face, and it seemed like they're starting a little bit of a feud there. So I'm excited. And they revealed the King of the Mountain title. It's cool. There's the world title is still in Grado's case. It's there. It is. I just have an issue with everyone hitting poor Grado in this reveal ceremony. Everybody hit the man. Come on, guys.
Alrighty, as we continue, I feel like I've said that 1,000 in this video, but we would get the Wolves calling out Crazy Steve, and we get Decay from someone I did not look up, so I don't know who it is. Some dark and this devious, that's the word, devious girl. This would end up being a tag team match. But and it was a pretty good tag team match. I like how Steve and Abyss worked together. One thing I did like about how, as far as when Steve and Abyss worked together, is finally they played off of Abyss being slow. So Abyss ran into the corner, and obviously he knew he wasn't going to catch Davey Richards when he was trying to make the tag. So Crazy Steve tags himself in, and Crazy Steve goes and gets him because obviously he would catch him. I for some reason I just really like that. But this ended up ending in a count out, not a count out, a disqualification. But this made me feel like I was watching like classic Abyss again, which I thought was kind of interesting. There was something about it that made me feel like it was like old school James Mitchell led Abyss, which I thought was kind of nice, because we haven't seen that from Abyss in a while. I want to see where they're gonna go with this. I don't know who the lady is, but she ended up bringing out the title, which distracted the Wolves in this match. I wonder. I'm wondering how this is gonna go. It's good for Crazy Steve too, because it felt like they were just gonna keep him in the menagerie forever, even though the menagerie was gone. So I'm glad they changed it up. I like seeing this heel Crazy Steve. Apparently Crazy Steve's really good in the ring from what I've heard. So, how do you feel about the Decay? I know their name. I just don't know anyone else. How are you feeling about this?
The Decay is it includes. I don't know what I was looking for, but it's Abyss, Crazy Steve, and Rosemary is her name, or Courtney Rush. I kind of looked her up a little bit, but I like it. I'm just, like I said, I'm excited to see what they're doing with this. She was also former Shimmer Tag Team Champions with Sarah Del Rey, which is kind of cool. So yeah, she's been in the business for a while. So I'm curious to see her in the ring too, in TNA.
Alrighty. I definitely agree with that. The titles looked really good on Abyss and Crazy Steve tonight. I kind of liked it. It was different. Like and we talk about this all the time. We want to see somebody different win the titles, and for some they just looked really good on Abyss. I like the whole the entire feel of the Decay. Next we go back to the reveal ceremony. James Storm would end up getting the tag team title case. Galloway would end up getting the World Heavyweight Championship case. And Grado, it took him a while to figure it out, but would end up getting
the X Division title case. I knew it. He got the X title. I thought he was going to get the world title. I did. But I figured, after he didn't get that, I figured it was going to be the X title. It's got, what?
He got the fired case.
Because the X title is on fire.
No. He got the literal fired case, like the peace out case.
Oh. I liked his reaction though. It was funny in a sad, depressing way.
I'm hoping they bring Grado back. To be honest, I like Grado. I have a lot more respect for Grado after watching his documentary, seeing what all he's done. To get to TNA in general. But I'm gonna let you take the main event, kind of. Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship of the world.
I'm gonna pass this back to you, not because I didn't take notes on it,
because you didn't watch it,
but because I'm just so broken up about my boy Grado.
Because you didn't watch it. Okay. Anyway, as we were getting the introductions, EY would come down. He would say, "Let me get this straight. Look into." Okay, he didn't say look into my eyes. He didn't this time. I'm kind of upset. He didn't make us look into his eyes. He says, "Let me get this straight. Jeff Hardy is the #1 contender." He talks about how he hasn't earned anything. And then as Jeff Hardy has his back turned, Bram comes in to attack. Matt Hardy kind of just looks on. EY and Bram gang up on Jeff. Matt Hardy just kind of looks on. Beer Money comes out to save the day. The Decay would come out and jump into the fray. Hardy would get back into the ring. Kurt would come out, but Tyrus would attack Kurt from behind. Shot with the championship by Hardy. Hardy would he would just kind of leave. He was gone. He was like, I'm done with this. I've done my piece. I'm out of here. And then Hardy would fight off. Jeff Hardy would fight off Bram and fight off Bram and EY as they continue to attack him, but to no avail as EY would pile drive Jeff Hardy through the table from the apron. This was a good little segment. I felt like I definitely liked it. We didn't get the title match, but that just kind of continues to build as we get closer and closer to. I think Lockdown's the first pay-per-view they're gonna have. But any thoughts on Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy's title match that wasn't?
I'm excited. I kind of hope this turns into a big tag team match. Team Hardy versus Team Hardy. And I feel like it will build something up there, because why would these random teams come out other than to, set up a big, tag team match or a handicap match or something, having to do with this. Because I think we have a while until lockdown. When is lockdown?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So that would be some good filler until the next pay-per-view. I'm hoping they do something with all these tag teams together. and make this make sense. Otherwise, like I said, what was the point of having all these teams come out if you're not gonna build up like a tag team match, or like a 10-man tag team match or something, or a handicap match? I could see them doing that.
I could even see them doing maybe a little lockdown scenario too.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So that is your TNA Impact Wrestling review for 126, I think. Yeah, 126, 2016. It's a good show. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Matt's going to continue to do. We get an update on EC3 next week, so I want to see kind of what his plans are. But if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and be sure to like the video if you liked it. If you didn't, be sure to like the video because you liked it. You know you did. Share the video wherever you like to share things, and we'll see you guys later. I'm not gonna say the words that Casey says.
Dippity. Oh yeah.
No, we're not gonna see you on whatever that was. But we'll see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed.